Hello my friends, William Poloniak here at Whole Health Foundation. Today I'm making a juice with 4 kinds of greens. I have curly leaf kale here, French sorrel, which is my favorite green, and it's my favorite because it sweetens up every juice. Regular greens make your juice rather on the bitter side. French sorrel makes it sweet. Let's look at the rest of my ingredients. In addition to my curly leaf kale, I have collard greens here, 1 large head of broccoli, 2 cucumbers, and another variety of kale, the French sorrel of course, 120 grams of turmeric, about 100 grams of ginger, 1 whole garlic clove, and 1 medium-sized beet, plus the carrots of course. So let's start making juice. Now, before I start shredding my produce, I want to point out that I'm using the near zero blowback cutter that has over 80 teeth cut in, and this shreds produce 4 degrees centigrade cooler. So let's install the cutter and then the feed tube. And I want to point out that I'm using the front loading feed tube, and this eliminates blowback up to your ceiling 100%. You will get 0 blowback up to your ceiling. So the first thing I'm going to do is plug in my thermometer, because it's a warm day here in sunny Southern California. We have 25 degrees centigrade here, and it's acceptable to go up to 35, but I like to keep mine below 20. So what I'm going to do is put in 3 or 4 ice cubes, cool down the cutter. Just like a hot knife through butter with that cutter. So let's put in 3 this time. I want to point out that greens are very fibrous, so frequently remove your cutter, clean the fiber off the grid, reassemble and continue. Continue with the curly leaf kale, no more than 3. More collard greens. And I'm going to feed in my ginger next. Over 20 again. Now here's the last of my greens, the last of my French sorrel. And we're over 20 again, so I'll put in 3 more ice cubes. Next I'm going to clean my grid. The J grid, J for juice, and it's better for greens to use a J grid. The next size smaller holes are 1/8 inch, better for carrots. So what I'll do now is feed a few carrots through. And you can do 2 or 3 at a time if you put the large tip to the small tip. Here's the last of my carrots, and as you can see, I had so many carrots I had to go to another bowl so that this didn't overflow. So next what I'm going to do, I want to peek in here and see if all the produce is shredded. Yes, it is, but you never know. So what I'm going to do is put a couple of fingers full of produce in here, force anything through that might be hidden. And then I'll clean the feed tube and mix my produce and make some juice. The next step, as carefully as possible, mix the carrots with the greens. And this carrot pulp I'm going to mix with these greens and carrots mixed when I'm about halfway through with this. Next, I've taken 6 cloths from the freezer and I'm going to show you my 6 cloth less work method. So first I'll crack the ice on the edge of the counter. In addition to the 6 cloth less work method, I'm going to show you at the very end of this video how you can make 10% more juice with the most valuable nutrients. But first, let's press some juice. Now, we'll put these 6 cloths toward the front and bring the folding container out so that the cloths hang over the edge but not touch the countertop. We're going to put our filled cloths here. So let's fill it up with 3 scoops. And I'm going to press 2 cloths full at one time because we get better pressure that way. Three spoonsful in each cloth. And later we'll put only 2 spoons and not throw away the pulp, and I'll show you why. So 2 cloths full of pulp into the press. Right in the center, centered left to right, centered front to back, all the way back, back it off a little bit. Make sure this is on your tray properly, and we'll continue. When you're on your last cloth, advance that all the way. Now here's my 6 cloth less work method. This goes forward, these go over, spent cloths go on top, and we continue in that rhythm until we're done. And again, every time you put cloths in, centered left to right, centered front to back, all the way back, back it off a little bit, and continue filling cloths. Now you never throw away the already pressed pulp. What you do is put 2 scoops on top, not 3. And continue like that until we're done. Now I notice my bowl is almost full, so I might not press this all the way. And also when you get puddling in here, it's a good idea to pour it into the bowl, but as I see, the bowl is not going to accept this because it's too full. And by the way, when you're ready to pour this in a bottle, set this back, but not a little, set it a lot so it doesn't drip on your countertop. So let's fill some bottles. I'm filling these bottles from the back side so the camera gets a good look. And you'll notice that I'm leaving about 10%, and I'm going to add filtered or distilled water because the juice is actually a little too concentrated for me, and especially for a diabetic you'd want to make your juice a little more diluted to get less sugar. When you're on your last cloth, advance that all the way. Here's my 6 cloth less work method. This goes forward, these go over, spent cloths go on top, and we continue in that rhythm until we're done. And again, every time you put cloths in, centered left to right, centered front to back, all the way back, back it off a little bit, and continue filling cloths. Now you never throw away the already pressed pulp. What you do is put 2 scoops on top, not 3. Continue like that until we're done. So let's make more juice. I'm going to take this spent pulp and form it into a very, very tight package. A tight ball. And I'm going to use a special folding technique to prevent slippage. I'm folding this under 2 or 3 or 4 times. Advance that all the way. And do that in both directions. Here you can see I've repackaged the already spent pulp. And I remind you, this is pulp that most people would throw away, mostly because they have not seen my videos and nobody tells them there's more juice in here. So I'm going to show you how much more juice you can get by repackaging your pulp into a tight package. So let's set this aside. We'll take a measuring beaker. And let's start by putting 2 of these packets in the center. And again, as soon as you get juice flow, advance that all the way. Make sure none of this goes on your countertop. Well, there's 8 ounces. Now, because you have a solid plate on a whole health foundation model, or if you improve your Norwalk juicer, you can get this bottom plate. You can leave this up as long as you want, way more than 10 or 20 seconds. You can leave it up until this steady flow becomes droplets. There's 10 ounces so far. Now, my friends, as you can see, I've repackaged the pulp again. I have 3 double packets. You might notice they're a little bit smaller than the first time we pressed them. That's because most of the juice is out. So let's press these again. Here we have 15 plus ounces, and I'm going to pour that into the collection container. And remember, this last pressing of the juice has the most valuable concentrated nutrients. Now there we have juice flow and traction. And advance that all the way. And let this flow until we get droplets. And there we go, droplets. Well, as I said, we could repackage another time, but for the brevity of this video, I'm not going to do that. We'll pour this in and fill more bottles. I've got 20 bottles from this batch, so I'm topping them off with distilled water, and then we'll cap them and do a taste test. Well, my friends, today we got 5, 10, 15, 20 bottles of juice. And remember, 10% of this came from pressing the already spent pulp by forming the pressed pulp into a tight ball and pressing it again. So we got 10% more juice. And this last pressing has more nutrients and more beneficial nutrients than the early part of the press. And most people don't know that and they throw it away. What a waste. So let's do a taste test. Now remember, this was triple greens with French sorrel added to sweeten up the juice. So let's see if the French sorrel did its job. Oh, that's delicious and very sweet. Normally greens are very bitter. Well, my friends, I hope you like what you've seen, and if you did, please tell a friend. If you'd like to call me, my phone number is 760-753-0321. My email address is developtrust@cox.net, and my webpage is wholehealthbound.com. See you in the next video.